Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. Now I know there has been a massive break between the last episode and this one. That is because I had a bunch of real life commitments that I just had to get through, and it just meant there just wasn't enough time to grind out as many things as I wanted. I didn't want to put out a crappy video that didn't show much progress or just showed, very little progress, as obviously I just wasn't playing very much at all outside of doing a bunch of AFK stuff, which again doesn't yield that much XP or that much content, as it's just normally me mining away. So I couldn't show that, so I decided I'd just take a few weeks off, get those commitments out of the way, then come back to RuneScape and properly grind out to make sure that I was putting 100% effort into each video. Now, as you can see, what I was doing was Giant's Foundry for the majority of my active playtime. Quite good XP, just wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It did take it a bit longer than I thought. But I also wanted to put out an updated goals list, as we did obviously get the quest point cape in the last episode. So I just wanted to make sure that was crossed off, just so that everyone is up to date on what we're aiming for. Now, I have been trying to keep up to date with doing my Tears of Gothics every single week, as it's a great source of just free XP and a skill that really I probably don't want to do, as it's my lowest. This time it's thieving, and that is probably what will stay the lowest. At 200 swords, I did manage to complete the Smith's uniform. Now, I know there's a bit of conversation between people on Reddit and things like that about this, whether or not it's actually worth getting. I found it quite helpful. It did add to some speed. It made things a little bit quicker at times, but if you're going for it, you might as well just spend the points on it and get that collection log green. Speaking of which, the only item I had left after grabbing the outfit was the Colossal Blade, so I picked that up. It's just going to be a nice placeholder in the bank. After the last episode comparing what is the best method here, which ultimately worked out to be 18 mithril, 10 adamant, I finished at 89 smithing. I had 10 levels to go. Now, although it's only 10 levels, they're the biggest 10 levels that you're going to get in any skill. So we got all the way to 98, and I'm just going to let my live reaction come through. Here we go. A long grind that I've had banked for far too long. So I will now finish this off. Hand that over to Kovac.
Level up completed.
Get that level up. Press no. And there we go. 99 smithing. That is now the 6th 99 on the account. 670 overall completion. Obviously the collection log has been completed. Finishing off in the shop, I had about 64,000, or I have about 64,000 reputation. I'm not quite sure what I should do with it, whether or not I should buy just some ore packs for the rest of the team, some spare grogs or catalysts, or even maybe just colossal blades to alch them, and then make some GP back. Obviously made millions off of doing this, but I've obviously spent it on things like the kingdom and just random bits and pieces everywhere else. So I did use up all my rune bars making some dart tips, and then I've managed to still have about 5k mithril and 2.5k adamant left over that I can obviously pass on to my teammates as and when they need them, or if I want to make some addy darts or addy bolts or even mithril darts or something like that in the future. But yeah, no, now I'm going to pass you on to going and picking up the cape, getting the emote done for that, because this is one large grind out of the way, and I can now move on to doing something else with my more active game time. So enjoy the next clips. I'll speak to you shortly. And quite rightly, here we are over at Thurgo, I believe, grabbing the 99 smithing cape. This is the first time I've ever had this skill 99, which is probably the common case for me overall, as it's not really been a case where I've ever had many 99s before. So great to have this. Obviously it's just, I'm not sure what the benefit of it is, but grab that emote, do that. It's pretty interesting, just smashing it out, grabbing some different things over and over again. But yeah, as I said, made a load of money back, kept a load of resources. So all in all, a pretty big win. Now, obviously, that is one of the lower priority goals off the list as well. So even though I showed you that update earlier, that's now outdated. But, it's helpful. It's another 99. We can't complain with that. But now, as you can tell, we're coming towards the end of the video. So with all that AFK time, it did mount up quite a few little caskets. So I'll just open up those now. Nothing fantastic in these early ones, as always. Did get a pair of mole slippers, but obviously we've already got the collection log slot for that. as I've done far too many beginner clues because I don't know why I keep doing them. They are normally very, very useless and nobody wants them outside of maybe some kind of strange area locked account. But obviously now we've got the big three: medium, hard, and elite. Obviously master would be great, but I think we've only done 2 or 3 of those, so I can't really say anything about those. Did get that collection log slot in the medium clue scroll, but wasn't the ranger boots that we all want, or even the holy sandals, so I could do that. We did finally manage to pull another unique from the elites, which I know are what is one of the harder casket types to grab an elite from. Nice katana, interesting thing to get for sure, but not entirely practical. But for now, that's it for this episode. Until next time.